Hello, my name is Stephen Kizungu, and I'm a student at Southern New Hampshire University through College for America. So today I'm going to be interviewed by someone through asking me different questions related to health, global health, and then I'll be the one to respond to those questions. Thank you so much, and uh, keep listening to and watching to this video.
Thank you, Mr. Stephen, for being ready. The first question is that the global health seems to be in the news more and more in recent years. So, can you talk a little bit about the health? What is the health and why it is important to pay attention to it?
So thank you so much. When we hear what global health, those are different health problems, issues, and concerns that can transcend national boundaries and may best be addressed by cooperative actions. It means that there is health problems within a certain location. Then there is that country or that location needs support from other countries outside, and then they collaborate together so that they can solve the issue related to health. So why is it important? It is so important through global health. Maybe if a certain country is no longer able to support or to solve the issue related to health, that's where other organizations and other countries come in and then support that issue to be addressed.
Thank you for your response. The second question is that disease can come to us in different ways. Can you explain the difference between communicable and non-communicable disease?
So thank you so much. First of all, when we hear a non-communicable disease, we find that is a disease that is not transmissible directly or indirectly from one person to another.
Thank you.
An example of a non-transmissible disease is like a cancer or diabetes. While for communicable disease, those are the diseases that can easily be transmitted from one person to another person, either directly or indirectly. An example of a communicable disease, you can say like Ebola or HIV/AIDS.
Thank you for your response again. The third question says that let us talk a little bit about Ebola. Since I am sure most of our viewers have heard a lot about that. So, what is it? It is communicable or non-communicable? How do people just get it?
So first of all, Ebola is a communicable disease which is rarely and deadly, commonly affecting people and non-human primates like monkeys or bats or chimpanzees or gorillas. So uh, Ebola is being caused by an infection with a viruses of the Filoviridae, which is a viruses family, and genus Ebola viruses. Those are the viruses which cause Ebola. Though, but then, how people get Ebola? People can get Ebola through direct contact with body fluids of a person who is sick or who has died with Ebola. This can occur when a person touch the infected body fluid or object that are contaminated with them, and viruses get in through skin, muscles, eyes, nose, or mouth.
Thank you. The follow-up question is that what would raise a person's risk of getting Ebola?
So, if a person had a direct contact with a blood or body fluid or items that one into can have contacted with blood or body fluid with a person with Ebola, is highly to get or to get that disease. Also, if you touch the two parts or non-human primates like apes or monkeys or gorilla or chimpanzees in the location where Ebola outbreak is located, highly to get Ebola. Also, when you go into a hospital where Ebola patients were being treated and you had close contacted with them. Also, touching to the body of a person who died from Ebola. Or if you have traveled area with Ebola outbreak or you had close uh, contact with a person sick with Ebola or showing Ebola symptoms, you are highly to get Ebola disease.
Another question, number 5. It say that to prevent or at least listen to the chance of getting Ebola, what should the people do?
So, in terms of preventing Ebola, there are different things that people might do to prevent them from getting Ebola disease. So, there is stay away from area where Ebola is common. So, if you know that this area you know that this in this area there is Ebola outbreak, so don't go in that place while you know that there is Ebola. Also, if you are in an outbreak area, avoid to be in touch or to contact with affected people or those people who are who get Ebola. Also, avoid to eat different meat, since sometimes you can eat meat from maybe monkeys or chimpanzees or gorillas, why and immediately you get sick.
Thank you for the response. The question number 6 says that outbreaks such as the one related to Ebola can generate a lot of rumors and misinformation and even panic about what the disease is. So, how it is transmitted and how likely people are to get it. So, can you talk about the need for educating people about fact versus myths?
So, first of all, facts related to Ebola or different disease that people sometimes they might believe that these things that's how they happen. But things related to healthy, people should be aware that you have to rely on the reliable source. First of all, make kind of research. Go on the internet and then search different articles related to Ebola, which was written by different organizations or governmental institutions, which you can rely on. If, for instance, if you want to know more information about Ebola, go on World Health Organization website and then read different articles which are talking about Ebola, instead of having that mindset that maybe if you believe or you have that assumption that maybe Ebola is this and this, maybe the cause of Ebola is this and this. No, you have to make sure that you go on the internet or you make kind of research or you approach expertise in healthcare and then tell you the truth about the disease instead of having that myth related to health.
Thank you again. So the seventh question says it is like a scenario. So how about the complications that Ebola raised for the right of the travelers and the responsibility of the government? Kachi Hinkongs, for example, a nurse from the men who returned to the state following a trip to West Africa in the fall of 2014, promptly had a quarantine related to restriction thrust upon her, restriction that she was very much against. So briefly, describe the difficulties of balancing individual right and the governmental responsibility.
So, first of all, it is understandable that someone might be isolated due to the his or her health status. So, if for instance you have been maybe in Congo, DRC, why the information, there is people who say that in DRC there is a Ebola outbreak. Sometimes they might say no, we don't want people from DRC to enter in our country. And then in that time, your right of traveling will be will not be respected, since you have the right of traveling, and then people or the government of that country which you want to travel to, they don't accept people from that area where Ebola uh, is killing people. So isolation and quarantines can be imposed by states and their health policies, which gives them the right to protect the healthy and safety of their citizens. However, everyone has his or her own right for traveling regardless of his or her health status. It is so difficult to balance individuals' rights with governmental responsibilities when it comes to healthcare settings. For instance, everyone has the right for traveling, as I told you, and the government is responsible to protect the health of their citizens. So you understand that once you have an issue related to health, sometimes you might be isolated or quarantined from traveling or being in a place where other people are. So, by concluding to that question, we can say that though you might have a health issues, but you still have that right for traveling. And then the government should set different policies related to how they can prevent that, but in the way that it can't isolate or quarantine someone from other people around. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the response. Another question is that let's talk about smoking and tobacco use, which is considered as a big world health problem and raise similar issue to Ebola in terms of right and responsibility. Just about everyone knows that smoking harms health. So what does it do to the body?
So first of all, we can say that smoking leads to different diseases and disabilities, and it also harms some organs of the body. That's obvious that smoking is not it harm our health. We have seen, according to the article I read, I found that 16 millions has diseases caused by smoking in United States of America. So you understand how smoking is killing the people United States of America, not only in the United States of America, but also in the worldwide. People are being dying day to day due to smoking diseases. So smoking can cause a lung disease by damaging your airways and the smaller air sacs found in our lungs. And cigarette smoking. This smoking can always cause human body to get cancer, lung cancers, and different diseases like heart attack or other diseases related to health, which is being caused by smoking. Thank you.
Thank you for the response. So the following question is that what about the second-hand smoke? Explain what that is and how it affects people.
So, second-hand smoking is involuntary from tobacco, which is being smoked by other people. Maybe, for instance, if you are traveling, and then there is someone on your side who is smoking, then if you got when he's smoking, also you are being affected by how that person on your side is smoking. That's what we call second-hand smoking. So it can cause lung cancer in adults which have never for that person who have never smoked. It can contribute to, it has been contributed to the death among adults. As I saw in the article, they say that for 40,000 to 1,000 deaths among non-smoking adults, and 400 deaths in infants each year. So you understand that uh, second-hand smoking is also causing different death and other diseases and disabilities to people whom even are not smokers, but also how they live with people who smoke. They are also being affected, and that it also caused coronary heart disease in adults. Also, there is a high probability that children who are exposed to second-hand smokers are at increased risk of infant death. So you understand that second-hand smoking is killing people, is harming the health of citizens. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the response again. So the 10th question says that people don't typically think of tobacco as a drug like heroin or cocaine, but the addiction to it creates it strong, isn't it? So, should we think of tobacco use as a form of substance abuse?
So, of course, tobacco use or smoking is addiction. It is without being even doubting, cigarette smoking is an addiction because if you have tried to try such kind of actions once or twice or third times, you will never stop smoking. And even there, I know most of people who have tried their best to stop smoking, but they have failed to they have failed totally. So Smoking cigarette is totally addiction to those people who use them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steven, for talking with us. I really appreciate your responses. I saw that you are very confident and your responses were just helpful to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much too.